strange to filter through this land of ours and fill a sportsman's dreams. Enjoy what nature holds for us, her bounty never ends. Getting back to basics with the practical sportsman. It's always an adventure, no matter where we go. From a favorite hunting spot to the hottest fishing hole. Outdoor life we all can share with family and friends. We'll do it all together with a practical sportsman. We'll do it all together with a practical sportsman.
Hi there, come on in. I'm Fred Trost. You're watching The Practical Sportsman on this Thursday night, June 14th, the year 2001. In just 3 days, we have a big event. Well, at least for fathers, it's Father's Day. You know, the time was when a kid like me learned to hunt and fish from our dad, because he's the one who took us hunting and fishing. But over the years, a lot of things have changed. The era of divorce and working moms and many not so other beneficial changes in society have taken place. The tables have turned, and now I say it's time to take dad fishing. That's what we're going to talk about the next half hour, so stay tuned. You've heard the slogan, "Take a boy fishing." Well, that's what I did at the end of August. In fact, I took 2 boys fishing. Not young boys, these were older boys. But neither had ever been on a boat like this in the Great Lakes. The best chance, too, is a $400,000 Tiara. A boat you usually see is a cabin cruiser. Best chance has it outfitted for fishing. Lots of space in the back, rod racks all over. This boat is big enough to take most any wind, waves, or weather that Lake Michigan dishes out. Now on this day, Lake Michigan was calm off Saugatuck. That's always a bonus when you want the people you're taking fishing to have a positive experience. Our crew included deckhand Bill Bale, my father, Norm Trost, Captain Dave Engel, and Dean Don LeDuc, the dean of Cooley Law School, a man who had never been trolling on the Great Lakes. I promised if he got me through law school, I'd take him fishing. Dave Engel took the boat out to 140 feet of water. The El Nino effect of this summer has kept the water unusually warm and the fish unusually deep. Now, the dean taught me administrative law. This was my chance to teach the dean about salmon fishing. Both Don LeDuc and my dad had never used some of this space-age fishing tackle at best chance. Rods without guides, reels with sophisticated clutches. I enjoyed introducing them to this new experience.
Got one. Go, Norm.
We got that?
Get in there, Don.
Come on, Don.
Get him, Don.
Nice Chinook.
There we go, king salmon. That happens to be on good line with a good knot, good snap swivels.
There he goes again.
Yep.
And then as that fish gets up here to the boat, what we want you to do is step over towards the middle and keep the rod down low to the gunnel of the boat. That'll keep the fish from being pulled out of the water and getting pulled off.
What about pumping the rod, Bill? Is that not...
We got lever drag reels by Shimano here, and they're very, very smooth, so we don't really have to pump on them. If you got a drag that's sticky or something, then you may have to pump the fish in. Occasionally we'll have the guy pump it, but not on a salmon like this, you won't have to do that. You see how the fish is coming up to the surface there? But you can see your line coming up out of the water there?
Yep.
Okay, now it's time to slide over towards the middle of the boat a little bit. There you go. You see your fish on the surface back there?
Not yet.
Sliders on here. There he's running at you. See him running right at you?
yeah.
See your fish there?
Yep,
Reel.
yep.
Reel like
Keep
man.
up
Reel
with
like
it.
man.
There you go.
There you go. Now see how he's coming right at
Yep,
you?
yep.
Keep it tight. There you go. See, that fish is just swimming there, relaxing.
Yep.
These salmon you have to be kind of aggressive with. The lake trout are passive, you know,
Yeah,
you want to be
right.
slow and easy. But these you got to keep, see how he's running all over? He's actually
Yep.
running ahead of
Yep.
the,
Yep.
yeah.
He is.
Going right at us now.
Yeah. What we want you to do is stay down, okay? Take one step back to the middle of the boat. There you go, right in there.
How are you doing?
We're a little tangled, so we're going to have to trick here. Just back up. Back up. Got him. We got tangled in our extra lure up there.
Nice salmon.
Oh, it is
The
a nice
grill?
one. The grill, yeah, that looks good on the grill.
All right.
All right.
Now is that your
Thank you,
first? That's
sir.
your first salmon trolling.
Correct. That's right.
Well, let's get the
The
scoop
very
here.
first one.
You just saw the dean of Cooley Law School reel in a salmon, But the little known secret is he's fished steelhead for many years,
For many years, yep. This is my first, this is a Chinook.
That's a king salmon, Chinook salmon.
Yeah, that's my first one of those. A lot more active than lake trout. Lake trout's the only other kind of fish I've ever caught a lot. But he did move around a lot more.
But you fished your steelhead when? Back in the 70s and early 80s?
Yeah, well, late 60s and 70s.
Then what
A little bit
happened?
into the early 80s. Got old.
No, come on.
Not me.
No.
No. Kids getting into school age, and all my fishing buddies got old and retired, and it was hard to get a group together, and the social part was gone, so that was part of it. Part of it was the kids getting into high school activities and that kind of thing, going to the games.
But now your kids are in their 20s. Those excuses are gone.
Yeah, they are.
You got a cush job.
Yeah, true.
You got time, and you know you have enough income that you can afford to do this. But so why haven't you been?
Well, it's a full-time job just taking care of people like you, Fred.
Yeah, that's right.
I had you on my hands for the last 3 years. It was tough. It was tough. I had to work extra hard to get you through law school.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. You did well.
You
well.
should. And I meet your dad here, and now I understand that I'm not alone carrying this burden.
What are you laughing for?
Oh, thank you, guys.
No, I'm not laughing. You're laughing. Carrying the burden. That seemed to strike a note.
Yeah, that did. That did. Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, Don, you did a good job there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Now that was
a lot of coaches around here. It's pretty hard to go too wrong. Everybody giving you instructions.
Right.
You noticed that.
Throwing in an extra line made it a little harder, but.
What? That was a
that was
coho,
King salmon.
king salmon.
Majority of our catch have been kings or chinook. That particular fish is what we call a 3-year-old king. In other words, it would live another year here in the lake. We can tell by the size and the way the scales come off and stuff. And then the majority of our catch is that right now, with a few lake trout mixed in there. Some days more lake trout, and then occasional coho. Maybe 1 or 2 coho. You know, if we get 3 or 4, it's a big day on the coho. But we have been catching coho almost every day consistently.
Are the fish mixed up as far as a school of fish? They'll be mixed up, or will they be pretty much segregated? All kings and all.
No, the fish school, for the same reasons. The bait fish are there.
Yeah.
They basically like the same temperature, water temperatures, from the low 40s to the mid to high 50s is where those fish will be, and they're all there for the same reason, to eat the alewife. That's where what we'll do is we'll find we'll go down. You asked me the temperature was 76 degrees on the surface, okay?
Yeah.
It's 42 degrees, 110 foot down right here. In between there's a severe temperature break. At about 70 feet, it goes from in the high 60s to the mid 50s. From that level down are where the salmon and trout are right now, because that's where the bait fish are. The zooplankton and stuff all builds up on that severe temperature break, and that causes the bait fish to come there. And of course, the big fish come after them, and we go after the big fish. So that's why we're fishing deeper. You know, this water, you can see, has got a lot of plant life. You know, a lot of plankton, a lot of stuff in it, just because of the color of it. You know, it's real green. It looks almost like you're in the Bahamas. You know, ocean water right now. So the water's beautiful.
Now, one thing we do in the business is put your arms out.
To make the fish look bigger.
Show you a little secret to that, though. Put your fingers back underneath the fish. Slide your fingers back underneath the fish. Back underneath. No, back underneath. You don't want your fingers out in front.
Oh, I see. Oh, so
Hold that fish out away from you. Try to make it look bigger.
I see.
You got your fingers up there.
I'm with
Looks
you.
like you got the hands with fingers that long. Show you a little trick.
I didn't even know that.
I'm just too modest for this business. You know?
Yeah. Hold her out there. Yeah.
Well, that's a good one. Oh, look how pretty the green is on it.
Tell you, the thing is, this size though, it's great eating.
Yeah.
It's great eating. See, they got your steelhead have white mouth. Salmon all have black mouth.
Okay, that's a good lesson.
So that's how you can tell the king and the coho salmon have a black mouth, and all the trout will have white mouths. White gums.
Anything else? Any other?
See how he's spotted on the tail, and his tail's semi-V'd here?
Yep.
Okay, that's more of a salmon. A coho wouldn't have the extensive spots on the tail like that. It'd have a white mouth.
What about the steelhead tail?
The steelhead would be more
Straight
square
across, blunt, yeah.
instead of being semi-V'd like this, and it'll have lots of spots on that.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice color in this.
Yeah.
Up here on the top, you can see in the sunlight, the iridescence.
Great eating too. They're kind of
Slimy
slimy.
fish.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Thanks, Red.
Well, here,
Let's get him back in here
This is
before
the
you guys
ice
get
cream.
On the ice, yeah.
On the ice.
Cold water or something like that.
Seeing Don LeDuc my Dean at Cooley catch his first salmon was a lot of fun for me. Maybe I enjoyed it more than he did because it was such a new experience for him on the Great Lakes. Well, then I got to watch my dad tussle with the big fish. Now, this was the guy who introduced me to the joys of hunting and fishing.
Nice and steady on the reel. How's it feel?
No, you don't have to worry about the having the guides.
On this one, no. We're so poor we can't afford to have guides on these rods.
Yeah.
Oh, these are the new experimental ones we were telling you about. No guides on them, so you get a nice true arc. You get a good feeling for the fish with them, too. These reels are very fast. You notice how if you turn the handle slower, that you're gaining line better on him than when you're turning it real fast.
Well,
And the reason being is when you turn it fast, is you actually slip the clutch.
yeah, slipping the clutch, right.
Good news is you only got another 88 meters.
Oh, those are meters? Seriously, that's meters?
Yeah, that one's in meters.
Oh, so that's,
That was 115 meters out.
Yeah.
wow, that's 345 feet. More than that, meters.
Yeah, that's more than a football field.
Just gotta take your time. Young guy like you know, you can't just rush into it. You gotta just nice and easy and enjoy the fight. See how you're gaining on him? Just slow but sure. You know, if you pull up on him and you're in the middle of the pull at 10 foot of leverage and he thrashes down, when the fish is thrashing, you feel that pumping on the rod. He's actually laying in the water with his mouth open, head going back and forth trying to get rid of that hook.
Yeah.
So you're pulling up at the same time he's doing that, you're actually helping him.
Yeah.
And by just a nice steady reel and keeping the rod bent like that, you know, it doesn't allow him to tear off as quick, especially with the trout with a little more soft mouth than what the salmon are. So we were telling Don there when it was a salmon, you know, you can be a little more aggressive with them. And the trout, you have to use a little more finesse and take it a little easier with them.
So you're betting that this is a lake trout?
Are you a betting man, are you, Dad?
Oh, sure.
Oh, boy.
Well, I won't bet against you.
You won't?
No.
Say, I got a dime in my pocket here I'd be willing to bet you.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm sure you're right.
Got a nice shiny one here.
Yeah.
Could be yours.
Well, I'll take that dime
You're going
bet.
to take that dime bet?
Yeah, I'll take that dime bet.
There you go. See, that's not really gambling. That's just good, clean fun.
That's right.
You never fished with a rod like this with the line going up through the middle, have you?
No, never have. No, in fact, I've never seen one before.
Fish with no guys on it, bamboo pole.
Yeah? Can you tell any difference?
What? No, except, I don't know. No, I can't tell any difference. But
Just keep a nice steady reel on him.
I get the net up
Step
here.
back just a little bit, Dad. There you go. Stay right here with me, buddy.
Here we go. You're not going to swing him aboard, are you?
Keep your rod down, Dad. Keep your rod down. There you go. Now just look towards the front of the bowl. Left. Let him down, Dad. Let him down. There you go. Down left.
Hey, that's a dandy.
That's a good one.
Yes, indeed.
Huh? Just hang right on, man. Let me pull a little line up.
You know what that cost you?
yeah, it cost me a dime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Why don't you hold him up, Paul?
Okay.
You want to get your hands dirty or you want me to hold him up?
No, I got him.
Got him?
Oh, yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you see, I was on Don's fish, it was a black mouth. The black
Oh,
mouth
was
of the salmon, that's white.
Yeah.
White of the trout.
Yeah.
There you
He's
go.
kind of marbled looking.
Yeah, he is marbled.
Yeah. That's pretty
Yeah.
neat. You give me quite
That's
a
right.
fight.
Well, yeah, he did. I'll have to say that. Yeah.
Okay. Good job. We put him in here.
In the
nice.
cooler.
There you go. Now Don's fish isn't so lovely in there.
There we go.
Well, he's a little bit bigger.
Well, both of my boys now had fish. Frankly, it had taken several hours of trolling in the early afternoon, but by 6 p.m., the wind died down. The water was flat, but the fishing pace picked up.
All right. Hey, how about that?
There. That's a fish.
That's a fish.
That's a fish.
That is.
All right. Well, thank you for that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the dean of the college here. Now we're darn proud of this fish.
Absolutely.
No smile.
Well, now the dean is showing more sparkle. His enthusiasm for Great Lakes trolling is growing, but, you know, it isn't just catching trophy fish that we're after. Nor do we need to catch lots of fish to have a good day. Now, it just so happened that my two boys did catch lots of fish, but the outdoors is sort of a family thing. Bill Bale is like Uncle Bill to Dave Engel's two sons who met us on the dock. Now, even though we're not all related by blood, there is a kinship that develops when people fish together. Now, I've had a kinship with these two guys over the years, and I really enjoyed having us together. When I said we became brothers in the boat, you can see what happened when Don got a fish on. My dad wanted to be a part of Don's accomplishment by netting his fish. Now, netting is a critical time in landing a fish, and my dad almost knocked the fish off. Whoa! The close call made the landing that much sweeter. You want to know what camaraderie is in fishing? Just listen.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to net the fish if you're on the same side of the boat.
The family is pulling together like a team. My dad now has a fish on, and Don grabs the net. Now the two of them team up to land another fish.
What teamwork. Oh, yeah. That was a good job on that.
That was nice.
Yeah, this was not my day to catch fish. It was my day to bring a new experience to two very significant people in my life. The excitement was electrifying.
Right here, another one. Fish on!
Go ahead.
Fish on! Fish on! Yellow rod! Yellow rod! Yellow rod!
And my dad learned that grabbing a rod isn't that easy.
Oh! You got him! You got him! His eyes are crossed.
Fishing memories are sweeter when you fish with people you appreciate. Like my dad, the gleam in his eye is a picture I want to remember.
There you go.
Fish, fun, and family values. The picture of a perfect day. Right after that trip, I took a moment to explain, at least from my perspective, how things change between dads and sons as the years go by. Well, when I roll this tape and you see me a couple years ago, you realize it's really the son who has changed. He isn't using Just for Men to darken his mustache and his hair anymore. In fact, his hair is cut real short now, and I think son's attitude changes a lot too. That was a great fishing trip for me. That was the first time I had been fishing with my dad in years. Now you'd think, with what I do for a living, I'd fish with my dad quite a bit. Well, somehow over the years, my dad went his way with his friends, I went my way with mine. Until recently, that's when I decided to look at my dad not as a dad, but just as a lovable old guy who's been around and learned a lot in the past 81 years. Now, he doesn't bother lecturing me anymore like he used to, and I'm not critical of how he walks and talks like I used to be. In fact, I find him very interesting and funny to be around. And we talk about things nowadays that we never shared when I was younger, and there's no better time to talk about these things than on fishing and hunting trips. With the decline in hunting and fishing license sales, now a lot of people think that the problem is with young people, but I don't think so. For every youngster that nobody takes fishing, there's a grandma or a grandpa or a mom or a dad that nobody takes fishing either. My theory is that the drop-off in participation in hunting and fishing is more because older people have dropped out than because younger people haven't started. See, the dropouts are the real problem. It's the older people, it's the adults who are in the best position to introduce kids to the outdoors. See, older people have time, they have money, they have experience, and they have vehicles. If parents and grandparents don't fish and hunt, who's going to encourage and inspire and show the way for the kids? Of course, it's important to take kids fishing, but maybe it's even more important to take a dad fishing, or a dean of your local law school who hasn't been fishing in many years. By getting parents and grandparents more involved in the outdoors again, I think our kids will have better opportunities. Now, I know it sounds backwards, but take a dad fishing. They're very important to our children's future. That's my opinion. Earlier this month, June 3rd, my dad turned 84 years old. And the day before, we just got back from the last of 2 fishing trips we made together during the month of May. One trip was to Rice Lake, Ontario to catch bluegills. Now, neither of us had been there before, and it was fun. The other trip was big game fishing off of Baja in the Sea of Cortez. My dad had done that a number of times in the past 40 years, and he said that's his all-time favorite kind of fishing. But his marlin fishing buddies had passed away, and he thought his days of fishing at Baja were over. But I talked him into going this year, and we had a ball.
Whoa! He's gonna take all the line!
You'll see the stories about both of these trips coming up next winter on this show. And the point of showing you trips like this is not to promote the places we go. That's immaterial. What I am promoting is the fellowship of being with family and friends and hunting and fishing. And it doesn't matter where you go or how you do it. The big difference is who you're with, the people outdoors. That's what it's all about. We can't keep waiting for the weather to settle. Don't put off your trips. The calendar says we got to get on with these summer activities. 93 more days, squirrel season will be here. Oh man. So it's important to get outdoors right now. And then I want to see you back here next week.
I'm going to get all these, Fred.
Pull! You'd never guess by the cat calls from the peanut gallery that this was a shooting tournament. Sporting clay shooters tend to be more relaxed than other competitive shooters. I'll show you who beat me at the last place tournament I was in. Almost everybody. Sporting clays next week, same time, same station, right here on Public TV. Fishing memories are sweeter when you fish with people you appreciate. Like my dad, the gleam in his eye is a picture I want to remember.
There you go.
Fish, fun, and family values. The picture of a perfect day.